Top up it, y'all. This is something of the utmost importance. So I had to sit down and do this video because I wanted to make sure that I was in the most comfortable space and place to make sure that this message came across correctly and effectively. Recently, when my daughters came out to visit me for my 50th born day celebration, I sat down with them and told them that, you know, basically I gave them a decent amount of examples about, you know, from my life, but I told them the importance of reaching out to their elders and how it is their responsibility now as young adults to check on and to make sure they look after their elders, right? Now, let me share with y'all the example I gave them. Y'all know the love, affection, and respect and honor I have for my father, the legendary Pee Wee Kirkland, right? If you don't know, I'm going to tell you. All that he's done for me in my life, I could never repay this man in 100 lifetimes. Because it's not just the physical things he's done for me, it's the thoughts he's had about me. The time we've cried together at funerals for younger and older people. For the times we went and did speaking engagements, all of the, across the country, all of the kids that we helped with his program, School of Skills. And him adopting me at 16, pulling me out the fire, telling my grandmother, hey, new child doesn't have a father, but from this point on, I'm his father. So do you think for a second that I would ever play around with showing this man my appreciation, my love, my concern, my gratitude for his presence and his essence in my life? Never. So that's why if I don't hear from him for a while, I know he's doing what he's doing, but I'll just text him or I'll call him, Pops, I'm just thinking about you. I'll leave a message on his answer machine. I ain't too old or too cool or too player or too whatever, too busy to reach out and make sure that my father and my mother, Cleopatra, is okay. Matter of fact, Cleopatra just texted me earlier telling me about how she's proud of me and saying, yes, that's my son. You know, she like when she see my videos on social media, she's like, there you go, get him, child. You know what I'm saying? Because she see me doing right with the game and the knowledge and the wisdom that her and Pops gave me, but in particular him. So I expressed that to my daughters. I said, your elders, your grandma and grandpa don't owe you no goddamn phone call. You owe them a phone call. You owe them a text. You owe them an email. You owe them a pop-up at the spot. And to surprise them and say, hey, we was in town, wanted to come by, take y'all to lunch or whatever it is. And that's not just their grandma and grandpa, but even with me and their mother. Honor thy mother, thy father, so thy days will be long. My mother used to always say that before she passed. And for y'all don't know that, y'all know Cleopatra's my mother because that's my father's wife. But my mother that birthed me, she is no longer here. That's Miss Gloria. So when you hear me say Gloria's babies, that's me and my brothers that came from Mama Gloria, if you will, the sheriff. You know what I'm saying? But once again, to all the youngsters out there and even my peers, teach this to your children. Teach it to them when they're young and reinforce it when they grown, quote unquote, because they need to know. Don't be sitting around and you ain't checking on your mother or father and your aunts and uncles and your grandparents, the ones who was at your school graduations, the ones who brought you Christmas gifts and all that shit. When they say, hey, make a list, and you made that list and they got you everything on that list and then some, you can't give them a call and check on them and make sure they okay? Everybody loved the text, right? Everybody loved the Facebook DM or whatever. Do something. Let them know that you appreciate them. That's my point. Let them know that you're thinking about them. That's my point. Let them know that I've been praying about you. Let them know that, hey, I remember some of the talks. I remember some of the walks. I remember some of the ice cream, man. I remember some of the books you bought me. I remember some of the clothes. Hey, thank you. Because just those small little things like that, those small gestures speak large amounts, man. They speak volumes. And they really make the people that looked out for you say, he or she got it. Right on. So, for all who are listening, remember, your elders took care of you when you were younger. Now it's your job to take care of them. And even if your elders are, I don't care if they financially secure, whatever you want to say, rich, wealthy, it don't matter. Because you taking care of them and looking out for them, they may not need taken care of financially, but they may need taken care of you just showing up and at their house and sitting with them for 4 hours and just listening to them their stories and having your grandmother or your auntie cook you a meal and you falling asleep on the couch and they just look at you and say, wow, look at nephew, look at our grandchild come by and they sleeping on the couch, they comfortable, and it remind them of 20 years ago. You don't know what that does for their spirit. Man, let me tell you something. Having my daughters just come and visit me for my 50th born day, man, I was the happiest man in the world. When I picked them up from the airport, man, when I hugged my daughters, I was so happy to see them. And I hugged them like no other. And they know. I always tell my daughters, ain't no man gonna hug you like me. And they know that. That's fact. But it meant the world to me. I made sure I told them. And I'm telling y'all. Because I know I ain't gonna be here forever. I know my pops and Mom Deuce ain't gonna be here forever. I'm gonna always check on them. I'm going to always make sure that they straight. I'm going to always make sure that they know that everything they did for me, every time they prayed for me, all the times Pops was in court for me. Pops, man, I'm waking up out of coma. He's standing there, even though he mad as hell as me. He's standing there. Hey, kid, what's up, kid? You all right? Hey, man, can you see my fingers? Man, you think I would ever in my life not tell him and damn sure not afraid to tell y'all how much love and respect I have for my dad, man. I love you, Pops. I appreciate you so much. You already know it. I'm so glad you having your time right now with your documentary about to drop on their ass, man. You know what I mean? Long time coming, baby. And the movie coming, and then the TV series. I'm speaking all that into existence. You know why? Because Pops deserve it, goddammit. It ain't just what he did for me. It's what he did for hundreds of thousands of kids, man, really impacting their life, really, really, really showing these kids that, man, just because you made a mistake, you got a felony, you dropped out of school or whatever it is, you still have a life that's important, that's to more than just you. And you still have the opportunity to turn it around. So I don't know if any words I say will ever amount to the gratitude and the thanks that I have for him for what he's done for me and so many others. But I'm going to say this. And I said it to my man Trey about a couple of weeks ago. I said, man, Trey, I see you at the Oscars, Jack. You know what I'm saying? I see you at the Oscars. I said, we going to the Oscars. I said, man, and you know what? And not for me. I said that about P.O.P. I said that about Pops. I said, man, his documentary going to impact the culture and the world so powerfully, man, so positively that I couldn't even see it. It ain't that gives him or his documentary or movie validation. I'm just saying the world gonna recognize what I'm saying to y'all, how much, man, this man is worth his value. Woo! So, I see y'all at the Oscars. Because this shit ain't about no Oscars, it ain't about no accolades. It's about giving back some of what he gave to me. And you hear all of this Godfidence in me? Where you think I get it from? You see that lion and tiger in my eyes? Where you think I get it from? P.O.P., baby, it ain't no mystery. We about to make history. And I thank you, Pops, and I salute you. And may God continue to guide you, protect you, direct you on a straight path. Thank you again. Thank you again. And I'm going to do all that I can, Pops, to make you proud and be there for you as much as you have been there for me. Amen. I'm gone. One love.